Hi guys, it's Lori, Pure Love Ascension. Welcome back to my channel, and I really appreciate you like-minded beings being here with me. I wanted to talk a little bit about what is Ascension. It seems like everyone has their own ideas about what Ascension is, and that's good because Ascension is different for everyone. And I know that sometimes people are triggered into experiencing this situation. But I wanted to share with you what I think I've learned and what I've discovered on my own, and that is that you learn to love yourself, you learn to connect and truly understand who you are. This whole process of being on earth is learning to discover who you are. And I feel like in the etheric realms, you know, you're happy all the time, joy, joy, joy. A lot of good things are always happening for you there. And we come here to experience the contrast in those. So if you don't know the opposite of love, then you don't appreciate love. You know, love, and then the opposite would be fear. So you have to understand the two to really grasp an understanding of it. This has been a really amazing experience. I've been experiencing this virtually on my own, except for the fact that we have a lot of YouTubers out there, and there's quite a soul tribe, and we're all coming together. And it's really amazing that in this day and age that we can connect to each other and not be in a physical state, that you're literally watching me on a screen and you're understanding who I am and what my process is. To me, that's amazing. I know that in the past 2 years, have learned to accept myself for who I am. I love myself. And I think this is probably the biggest thing that people need to learn how to grasp. It's hard when you can't spend a lot of time alone. I could see how it could be difficult for people who have families and you're going through this. Maybe they don't understand. Kids are always needing something. So I think at this point in my life, it's been amazing because I've been allowed to have a lot of extra time to myself. And this has really allowed me to go into myself. And I can see how these Tibetan monks, how they just relish being alone. It is exactly what you need to be able to connect to that part of yourself. You know, I kind of wanted to share a story and maybe upbeat this a bit. My spirit guide loves to play pranks on me, and I'm going to raise your vibration a bit by telling you this story. So here it is. About a year ago, and Eric Meadows is my spirit guide, and he constantly pranks people. Anyone that watches the channel, you'll experience some type of prank from him. And what happened to me was about a year ago, I was staying at my mom's house and my phone rang at 3 o'clock in the morning and woke me up. It was my roommate, and she was telling me that there was a hissing sound coming from the fireplace, and she thought that maybe there was a gas leak of some sort. And I thought to myself, whoa, this is really crazy stuff. I'm like, all right, so reach down, turn the gas off, call 911, get out of the house. Okay, not necessarily in that order, probably turn the gas off and get the heck out of the house. So she goes outside. My mom and I rush over here at 3 in the morning. I pull up to the house. There's a bunch of fire engines here. There's 2 great big fire engines ready, probably prepared for an explosion. And we're standing outside. It's a little chilly. We're cold. We're confused. We're not sure what's happening. The fire department goes into my home, and they're in here for about 5 minutes. A few minutes later, a fireman comes out and asks me to step inside, and he said, "I want you to listen to this and tell me if this is what you heard." And he reaches down. I've got one of those little Echo Dots, the Alexa thing, and I had been listening to some white noise a few days prior to that, doing some meditation, experimenting with some white noise. And he reaches down and he presses the button, and all of a sudden you hear the white noise, and it's like a shh sound. And my roommate says, yeah, that's the sound I heard. And I thought to myself, Eric did this. It's his fault. He got me out of bed 3 o'clock in the morning, rushed all the way over here. So my roommate is not into technology at all. She often says to me that Echo doesn't recognize her voice, or it doesn't, she can't get it to do what she needs it to do. She can't even turn the light off half the time. So I know that it's nothing that she did to it. And I had previously moved the Echo Dot by the fireplace, and she wasn't even aware that I'd moved the Echo Dot. So she gets up early in the morning, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, to get ready for work. And all she hears is this white noise hissing. And she assumes that there's a gas leak and that there's something more going on. So later on that day, after I got home, I got on my pendulum and I was talking to Eric, and I said, was that you? And he said, yep, it was. And he goes, I never expected her to call you or react that way. And I said, well, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for the memories. It was quite an experience, but it did raise my vibration. It was kind of funny, and I enjoyed it. I mean, looking back, but you know, at the time I was just really miffed and just not sure what was happening. But just know that you're never alone. You are never alone. Someone is always around you. And just because you can't see them doesn't mean they don't exist. And it's kind of like the internet. You can't see the internet, but you know it exists because you use it. And that's how I feel about my spirit guide. I use him every day, and he is funny. He's quite funny. And, you know, when you think about, he's a 23, 24-year-old kid that committed suicide, and so he's got this childlike playfulness about himself, and he's really cool guy. I really enjoy his company. He's been a lot of help for me, and he's really helped me in my process. But I have come to learn that it truly is about yourself. You've got to love and honor yourself in every way, shape, or form. Don't get down on yourself. Don't belittle yourself. Don't hate yourself. Really turn that around and do the opposite of what you're feeling. I think that's a good way to, you know, look at that. Be positive with yourself and other people. And always, always, always give yourself self-love, and don't put yourself down. And catch yourself when you do that, and tell yourself how much you love yourself, because it's really important. And that's part of your ascension process as well. So do the best you can, stay positive, lift your vibration, think of funny things, do little projects, do something creative, tap into your child part of yourself, your childlike part of yourself, have fun. I recently got into some acrylic pours, and I saw some YouTube videos on how to do that. And I just got on Amazon and got some 8.5 by 11 canvases and some paints, and created some really cool stuff. So do something that is fun, and do something good for yourself, and treat yourself. You do it for other people. Learn to do it for yourself. That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm sharing. I appreciate you being here. I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Got to keep it short or YouTube cuts me off. Love you guys. Talk to you again soon. All right. You take care and have a great week.